So it's probably not a surprise that we've been leading up to filling out your own job application. And I know that some of you have already done this because I know some of you are working, but we are going to be doing this, and this is one of the tasks that I would like for you to be able to master before you leave Career Studies 10. So here is a job application, and you will be printing this out and filling it out and submitting it, and this will be worth 100 points. I will be grading it on how neat it is and how accurate it is. So it is important that you have every single thing spelled correctly and that you have it nice, neat, and tidy, because we need to be able to show that you can, in fact, complete a job application and do so in a way that would get you the job that you want. So first thing here, company or employer. Well, you get to choose which company or employer you want to put, but it needs to be a job that you would be able to get now. So think about who would you be able to apply to as while you're still in high school. So we are looking at retail stores, fast food restaurants. There would be like movie places, cinemas, places like that. Those would be excellent jobs. So you're going to find the name of a place that you'll be able to apply. Grocery stores, make sure you have the name of the place, and then the position. Now, the position, make sure that you get the position correctly. How do you get the name of the position? Well, you would Google that place and you would find what positions are available at that place. So, for example, at movie places, at cinemas, they no longer call them ticket takers, and you guys probably don't even know what a ticket taker is anymore. But when I used to go to the movies, or when I was growing up, they would call them ticket takers. Well, if I were to put position applying ticket taker, they would be like, what the heck is that? That is not what they call them anymore. So when you go to the website, you would look at what positions are available, and then you would put the name of that position, and that shows your employer that you are in fact paying attention and you are interested in that specific job. So you would put the name of the company and then the position you're applying for. Your last name, first name, middle name, that should be easy. Your telephone number, your email. We may have talked about this before, but let me just mention it again. You want to make sure that your email is something that is appropriate. So think about an email address that you can use, that you will be checking regularly, because of course you want to get back to them quickly, and something that is appropriate. So your school email address is appropriate. If you use a Gmail account or some other account that is appropriate, that is fine. But you just want to make sure that you have something appropriate. Remember, we talked about how every single box should be filled out. So for alternative phone, if you only use your cell, then you can put SAME, SAME, under alternative phone, and that shows that you saw that box, but that you use the same as your telephone is the same. So that way they know that they should call the first number you listed. Your address, you would put that in. Okay, are you able to perform essential functions of the position with or without accommodations? Well, that should be yes. If it's necessary for you to work overtime, well, you guys are minors. So if you are under 18, then you're not allowed to. If you are over 18, then the answer could be yes. Can you, here you need, for this one, necessary for the job, are you older than? So you need to say, are you older than 14, 15, 16? Check 1. Can you provide a Pennsylvania ID or driver's license? If so, which state? Well, it should be Pennsylvania if you're saying you provide it for. The type. Is it a motorcycle license? Is it a car license? Is it a truck driving license, which I would not expect any of you to have, but they are asking. Are you eligible for employment? Are you a U.S. citizen, or do you have your green card? Endorsements. I do not expect any of you to have any of these endorsements, so it's okay to leave that blank. I'm seeking a permanent position, the answer would be yes. I will be able to report to work. I would say, how soon are you able to report? If you currently have a job, it is standard to say that you need to give that current job 7 to 14 days notice. If you don't have a job, how soon would you be able to go? And again, I would say within 1 to 7 to 14 days. And here, are you able to work any of the following shifts? Now, if you are a minor, you are not allowed to be working graveyard shifts. You're not allowed to be working overnight. So you would be allowed to work day, evening, but you would not be allowed to work the graveyard. Employment history, we talked about how if you don't have an employment history, how you can answer some of these things. So if you're not sure how to fill this out, you can go back to a previous lesson. We've already talked about how you can go ahead and fill that out. Now, you may not have things to fill for all of them, but you should at least be able to come up with something if you've done some volunteer work or if you've had a previous job. For your education, you're going to have to squeeze the writing in. And even if you just write Achievement House, you're going to have to get that, squeeze it in because there's not a lot of space. For field of study, you could put high school, you could put college prep. Are you a veteran? No. You don't have any specialized training. For skills and qualifications, and we talked a little bit about this previously. Do you have any special skills or honors and that should be considered? So we talked about that in a lesson before. We talked about if you have special skills with computers, software, things that you can do. Licenses and certifications. This is something that is really exciting because if you are taking any of our Microsoft classes and you get certified, this is where you will be putting that down. If you haven't done that yet, this shows you how you could put this on a job application. So there's still time to sign up for some of our Microsoft classes. And if you get that certification, you would actually be writing down that you have a certification. And that is such a good thing to put on a job application. So if you haven't done that, I really recommend that you do sign up for some of our Microsoft classes. For typing, it is okay if you don't have typing skills. If you have not been testing, please do not guess at your typing skills. If you actually know, then okay, but don't guess. References, we talked about that. Be sure that you're giving them an accurate phone number, a number where your references can be reached. You need to make sure that your references know that they're going to be contacted, who they're going to contact in case there's some sort of illness or there's a problem on the job, and then you sign it. And it is as simple as that. How do you get your grade? Well, you fill it out. You are neat, you are tidy, you are accurate. If you have any questions, if there's an area that you don't know how to fill out, you ask me. It should not take you that long, but this is very important, and that's why this assignment, just doing this, it's 100 points. And this is one of the final projects in our class. Not the final, but one of the final projects. So doing this is just so important, and I want you guys to really let me know. Ask if you have any questions, because truly, when an employer gets this and they look at it, if they see a mistake or if they see crossing out or if they see sloppy handwriting, they're just going to shuffle it on and go to the next one. And getting a good work history from the beginning, that can set you up for the rest of your life. So, my dream for you guys is for you to be able to get some of the jobs you want and for you to have a life to be able to get the things and do the things that you want. So, you're going to download this. If you can't scan it, you can take a picture of it and send me the picture of it, but I have to be able to read all your answers and I have to be able to see how neat and tidy it is, okay? Let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to seeing you in class Thursdays at 1 o'clock.